damn it. That's the second time in a row that's done that. Alright. It's a good thing that I can fucking edit this. Alright. So, today I'm going to be reviewing the Knight of Ren Vintage Collection Rise of Skywalker figure. I got a much larger haul than this, but yeah, that's gonna be the next one. But yeah, so this is what we're gonna be taking a look at today. I was actually really happy when I found out that they were releasing this figure, but I was also sad because the distribution around where I live is absolutely terrible. I never see, I almost never get any of the figures that I want near me. I have to special order a lot of the ones that I want. But to my surprise, actually, a Walmart in my area actually ended up having one. So I was lucky enough to pick that up, and then got that at Target. Yeah, so the picture is great. I don't think it's a scene from a movie, pretty sure it's just a stock photo. But yeah, Star Wars Rise of Skywalker, Knight of Ren, comes with his axe, and then this, we'll get it open in a second here. On the back, you've got all the normal legal guff, whatever Disney Hasbro. Knight of Ren, Zori Bliss, Rey, Luke Skywalker X-Wing pilot, Sith Jet Trooper, Poe Dameron, R2-D2, Chewbacca, Imperial Stormtrooper, and Boba Fett. I'm not necessarily going to look for all of them. I'll probably only really try and hunt down the Rey, Chewbacca, R2, probably army build with some Stormtroopers, maybe a Boba. But okay, so that's actually quite a few. Alright, so let's get this open with as little damage to the package as possible. I do still, I tape the package back together and I keep them on display, but so I know that the package is gonna get damaged opening this thing, especially with it's one thing I don't really like about how the Vintage Collection is using their package nowadays. They have this really heavy duty glue, which it's great, for shipping and for stores so that they don't get robbed, but fuck, for collectors it is hell, because you cannot just open the package and get your figure out. When they first started doing the re-release of the Vintage Collections, they just had a little piece of tape and just a little bit of glue to keep it together. They had two pieces of tape, one on each side, and for collectors that was amazing, because you could just really quick pop it off, didn't have to worry about damaging the paint application at all, and you could just really display it nicely. And also it came with tape so that you could, put it right back together. But as you can see now, it just gets the card is just destroyed. But it's not nearly as bad as my Sith Trooper was. That was horrible. I might end up throwing the card out. I don't even know yet. I was really disappointed with that. So you get your little booklet. We're not interested in that. We want the figure. So we're going to gently as we can get his axe out of there. It does come in two pieces. So, alright, there we go. So that comes out of there. Okay, so what do we got going on here? So this is all part of his head, yes, glued on, not removable. Yeah, okay, cool. And then the cape, that is molded on, yes, that is molded on as well. Okay, cool. So that's going to hinder the movement a little bit. Here, let's get his axe put together. Does that just stab in there? Yes, it does. Beautiful. Okay, so we'll get him all posed up in a second. But for now, let's look at articulation. Details, first off, just this figure's gorgeous. This is one of my favorite Vintage Collection figures that's come out so far. I am a huge Kylo Ren, Ben Solo fanboy. Spoiler alert, I was really sad when he died at the end of Rise of Skywalker, but it was fitting, because I hate, okay, so that's an issue that I've been having with a lot of figures, is the legs come almost sideways so you have to really like wrench on it to straighten it out. Yeah, I'm not a fan of that. I do not like that. I do not like that, Sam. I am. Alright. So, pretty good there. Alright. Yeah, so I don't like that. Sorry that I kind of did part of that off camera. Alright. There. Alright, so now he's got... Yeah, so... yeah, I was sad that Ben died, but, you know, it was a fitting end to his story, you know, because he couldn't really just go out into the galaxy and start being a good guy, because he did some pretty horrific shit, but, yeah, so, Knight of Ren, one of his enforcers, the figure's great, like, look at, let me see if I can get that to focus, yep, there we go, like, look at that armband there. You know, his, like, they're rubbery. You know, none of this is soft goods. This is all just molded. But, like, this almost feels like soft goods. Like, it's kind of pleathery almost. And then his boots even got, like, yeah. So, articulation, head swivels. It goes all the way around, but you kind of got to be careful because of his little head flappies. So... You know, you don't really, like, you wouldn't spin his head all the way around anyways, so. Arms do come up. If you really, like, push the cape back, they can come up to about there, but you want to be careful pushing that cape back because it's really just glued in there. Arms, do they? Yep, alright, it's tough, but they've got swivel, rotate, rotate at the wrist. Do we got any angle action going on? No? Up down, looks like up down, but again that joint is really tight. Yeah, it's up down, but joint's super tight. He's got swivel at the chest, no waist, swivel, and ball, and on the ball there. Really nice angle, but like I said, you kind of got to really rotate that to get it to actually, you know, if you want to get the leg to kick out, and then, you know, if you have like a, hopefully they'll release the Knights of Ren Starship in the Vintage Collection. I think that would be fantastic, because then, you know, maybe this guy could be the, I don't know if they have a pilot, or I guess, you know, maybe Ben Solo's the pilot, or Kylo Ren, as he was then known. So yeah, let's make sure that Homeboy's axe fits in his hand well. I love this figure. This is such a handsome figure. Alright, so we're gonna see if we can, like, get his hands on, like, the two widest ones. Yeah, there we go. Yeah, that's not too bad. Let's see how well it stands up. Of course, here, I'm gonna use it on the wood of my workbench. Alright, so he does not like standing up too well. So hopefully, I've got stands for my figures. Hopefully you do too, if you are going to display this guy. I'm going to display him with my Kylo and with my Supreme Leader Snoke, my Sith Trooper, and my First Order Troopers. I got to, like, lean him against something, but because, like, no matter how much weight you get on him, like, even if you really, like, get the axe out there, you know, he does not want to lean forward too much. He's just got a lot of weight behind him from that cape and everything. Like, I don't like that. I don't like when I need to use plastic to stand up my figures, you know? Like, that shouldn't be something that I have to do. You know, maybe I can get him, like, stepping or something like that, you know? Get him in a lunging pose. Something like that. Kinda. There we go. Alright. Cool. Alright, so that was my review of the Kylo Knights of Ren figure from Star Wars Rise of Skywalker Vintage Collection.